Good afternoon. Welcome to the Mind of STEM channel, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. My name is Leon Jones, and in this segment, I'm going to talk about automation. And a part of automation that I'm going to talk about is automation engineering. So, the title of this afternoon's video is what is an automation engineer and what they do. What is an automation engineer and what do they do? Now, first of all, when we deal with automation engineering, let's talk about getting in the field of manufacturing engineering. Now, manufacturing engineering involves automation and controls, mechatronics, and robotics. Now, when we talk about automation engineering, it utilizes technology to improve, streamline, and automate a manufacturing process. They are responsible for planning, implementation, and monitoring of such technology. Now, at the most basic level, automation engineering consists of three elements: measurement, control, and actuators. Now, number one, when we deal with when we deal with measurement talks about the instruments. And instruments known as sensors take the measurements and then they send readings to the control. And when we talk about control, this acts as the brain of the process, deciding which actions to take and then sending those instructions to the actuators. Now, for industrial or process automation, you need a complex device like a PLC. A PLC is a programmable logic controller. Now you deal with your actuators. There are lots of different actuators: pumps, heaters, flow valves, pistons, rotors, robotic arms, and so on. Now, each of these actuators perform different actions. So, measurement, for example, a thermometer measures the temperature of a liquid, sends a reading to the control. Again, control will decide if the temperature is too high or low. And it tells the actuators, which is the heater, to change the actions: heat the liquid or cool the liquid. Then the sensor measures the new values and sends them back to the PLC, and the PLC decides what to do and sends commands to the actuators to stop or continue. When you take all three processes together, that is called a closed loop. Now, what does an automation engineer actually do? Well, an automation engineer sets up, again, the automation for the manufacturing process. The processes govern the production and delivery of products. The aim is to streamline the manufacturing process and make it as efficient while still maintaining product quality and adhering to internal protocols and external regulations. Now, the automation engineer must understand the process and its needs to select the appropriate instruments to monitor and control all of the necessary variables. Again, when you're an automation engineer, you must understand the process. You must need to know the appropriate instruments that are going to monitor and control all the necessary variables when it comes to manufacturing. Now, this work includes developing and designing the concept, choosing a controller, and ensuring the proper communication between the actuators connected to the controller, the simulating, installation, testing, and managing electrical or mechanical automation, and finally monitoring the automation process on an ongoing basis. Again, when we deal with mechatronics, we deal with robotics, we deal with automation and controls. This is where automation engineering is a vital part of the process. Now, remember, automation engineering doesn't just deal with manufacturing engineering. Automation engineering is a vital part of what we call pharmaceutical and medical device industries as well, because it also promotes streamlining a process, which can lead to a more cost-effective and efficient system. Now, the specific skills needed will vary, and that just depends on the industry and roles, manufacturing processes involved in product that's being introduced. Now, some of the general tasks include identification of new opportunities for automation within the manufacturing process. Then you have management of a project team, designing new automation equipment or processes, simulating and testing the processes or equipment to ensure the function as desired, writing reports for senior colleagues outlining new concepts, testing outcomes, and ongoing efficiency, programming new automated components to the manufacturing process, developing and maintaining clear and accurate documentation of automation equipment or processes, staff training where necessary, typically after implementing new processes or equipment or making changes to the existing ones. And last but not least, troubleshooting, because you're going to have to maintain the equipment, because troubleshooting automated processes or equipment wherever errors occur. Now, becoming an automation engineer requires this: a bachelor's degree in automation, process control, electrical or mechanical engineering, and you can add computer engineering or computer science or IT and some industrial engineering into the process as well. They're the typical entry routes into automated or automation engineering roles. Now, these programs would cover such subjects as process control, mechatronics, digital control systems, control electronics, electromechatronics, robotics, fluid dynamics, statistics, computer-aided design. There are more specialized qualifications available for individuals within the field or those who are looking to supplement a less relevant base qualification. The bulk of relevant automation engineering is gained through hands-on experience. Now, when we talk about computers, because computers are big, well, if you're an automation engineer who works and you want to extend your role into the pharma or med tech, well, you can go into some computer science. Computers are ongoing. I did a video on computer graphics technology and IT. You want to learn computers. Now, for engineering, just like other engineers, a popular certification for automated engineers would be a PE. And if you don't want to get a PE, you can become a CAP, a Certified Automation Professional, which is based by the ISA, which is the International of Automation. Now, the CAP targets a wider range of automation topics to demonstrate competence in the entire field, and it's a worldwide program whose importance will vary depending on certain companies or industries. Now, another certification, again, I'm going to review it. It's called a Control System Engineer License, which is issued by the National Society of Professional Engineers. Again, it's the PE. Now, the qualification will focus on process control. Now, the PE is specific to the United States, although many countries around the world are offering similar engineering licensure. Now, your degree, if you're in any engineering branch, must be from ABET. Remember that. ABET, EAC of ABET. Now, when it comes to automation engineering, you got to understand industries. A lot of people think it's just manufacturing. It's linked more closely to manufacturing, but some other industries are pharmaceutical manufacturing, medical device manufacturing, chemical and petrochemical, oil and gas, food and beverage, mining and metal extraction, water and wastewater, biomechanical manufacturing, and also, check this out, HVAC, because you have a lot of building automated systems. That's pretty big. Now, again, what skills do you need? Well, you need computer skills, because when you deal with automation, you must be particularly good in programming and software development, because many aspects of the role when it comes to automation engineering will require the use of a computer. You have to know how to troubleshoot. So because you have computers, you're going to have to know how to debug or troubleshoot an existing system. Good communication skills. You need to be able to explain novel and complex ideas to stakeholders of all levels within interdisciplinary teams. Written communication skills will also be needed for record keeping and documentation, which is a key part of these regulated industries. Being an engineer, you need problem solving and creative thinking to troubleshoot problems as they arise and find effective solutions. Organizational skills. You got to map out projects, prioritize workload, and keep accurate documentation. Flexibility and adaptability. You have to be able to keep up with the latest techniques and technologies as they develop. Now, again, here are some tips for resumes. Now, you don't hear this with any other video, but as with resumes, it is extremely important that you tailor your automation engineer resume to reflect the language used within the job advertisement. Where you have relevant experience or skills, use the words and phrases that the employer has used to describe them. Do not assume that someone will read similar wording and know what you mean. Now, automation engineering roles will typically be looking for the skills previously outlined. Excellent computer skills, communication skills, problem solving and creative thinking, organization skills, and flexibility and adaptivity. Now, again, we deal with automation engineering. It utilizes technology to improve, streamline, and automate a manufacturing process. And automation engineers are responsible for planning, implementation, and monitoring of new technology. And that concludes this video on automation engineering from the Mind of STEM channel, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. And if you want more of the controversial topics, check out the 411 Talk Zone radio show on YouTube, and check out my Blog Talk radio show, which I go in depth in more of the controversial topics. And of course, like, share, and subscribe to the Mind of STEM channel. Again, this is the place where you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. And if you can't find me on YouTube or Blog Talk Radio, simply go to my Facebook and Twitter pages. Once again, I want to thank you for viewing this video on automation engineering from the Mind of STEM channel, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. God bless you. Have a wonderful and gracious day.